You are ready. So just wait for other people to also join. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
I hope that I'm also doing okay. I hope that today we get the network right because all my past two videos, I don't know, sometimes when the conversation is getting interesting, then it just.
Don't worry, everything will be fine.
Okay. They will join us soon. It's already 4:30, right?
Uh-huh.
They will join us soon, so let's just wait for them to join us. But see, what were you saying? You'll be fine, cry. But it's just a really nice session.
Huh.
Hello.
Hello.
The person has left. Hello, hello, hello. Let's just wait for like two people,
Hi,
then
hi, hi, hi.
we'll just start a conversation. Hello, please, when you get here, please let us know, okay? So we'll just give you a shout out. Hello, 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 hello. Please, who has joined us? Thank you for joining anyway. Think. Let's just wait for like 2 minutes, then we can start the conversation. Hi, Juliet, what is it? You'll be fine.
Oh,
You'll be fine, you'll be fine.
I don't like sitting behind the camera.
The person has been left too.
Let's start.
We should start. There's nobody here. Just the two of us. No, no, no. Let's just wait for one more person. But is it 4:30 already?
I think so.
Yeah. Is the link working?
4:31.
I'm coming. No one has joined us yet. Wow. Okay, one person has joined. Please, when you get here, please let us know who you are, and we'll just be happy to have you. So, Juliet, let's just start the conversation. Hi, Rosie. There's just the three of us. What? I don't know what's happening today. But I hope, like, hopefully they would, people will come up. Okay, so good afternoon, and we are all welcome to today's session. Today's session, like I said, will be more of talking about how to overcome quarter life crisis, especially when decisions are tough and then life feels a bit rough, and you really have to decide, and then you know what to do. So, Julia, can you please briefly tell us a bit about yourself, like currently what you do and who you are, please?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My name is Juliet and I'm Texan. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm the owner of Smoke and Lease.
Okay.
I'm a banker as well.
Okay.
That's a brief.
Yeah, and I know Juliet from K University. She's my friend personally, and then we're in the same hostel as well, Splendor. So Juliet, take us through your journey. You're welcome, all of you. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. So Juliet, please take us through your journey in K University, starting the sociology program. Take us through that episode of your life, please.
Okay, so like I first said, I had my first degree in tech. I read sociology. So sociology
Mm-hmm.
is the study of society and human behavior, basically.
Okay.
But prior to going to tech,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to read business.
Okay.
I wanted to be a business student. So
But did you read business at the high school? Okay.
I wanted to read accounting or
Hi, Ben.
anything business. So I my first choice was accounting in tech, and then I applied for Central University to accounting.
Oh, okay.
I got Central University, but at K University I didn't get the accounting. I had
But the
special.
central, you got the accounting. Oh, nice.
But I was thinking that, oh, when you go to a private university after school, it'll be hard to get a job.
I know those times. I don't even know what
Uh-huh.
we were thinking about those days. I don't know.
So I opted to go to tech since it's a government university and it's well known. It's a prestigious school, so I
University.
wanted to go to tech, and I decided to go to tech. So that's how I came to tech.
Oh, okay. And you read the
I read
sociology
sociology because I
program.
knew that I was told that every degree is a degree. Like
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
every degree is a degree. So I just opted to come get the certificate and then move on to the next phase of my life.
Okay, but the way you're saying is true because especially traveling out, I've realized that what you do at the undergrad level doesn't always matter. People divert into medicine, pharmacy, like you just really have to top up and then do what you really want to do. So I think that whatever degree that you have at the basic level or at the first degree, it's not really a problem. So after the sociology, what then changed? Because I know that you enrolled at the University of Ghana. And before I even go to University of Ghana, after where did you do your national service?
GRE, Ghana Revenue
Oh,
Authority.
GRA. GRA. So after your national service, you enrolled immediately at the University of Ghana. Why? Why didn't you wait a bit? And then why? Was it a rush or yeah,
So I said earlier I wanted to read business, so you knew that I had the interest of
the
diving
interest?
into
Yeah.
this. But it was in final year when a lecturer came to class and then he was like, "Oh, for sociology, if you want to further after school or get a very good paying job after school, you have to do your masters."
He said that in the
And I
class.
was like, "Whoa, nigga! So what are we doing here?" So
Really?
I had it in mind to divert right after school because
Mm,
he
mm.
made me know that the opportunities for sociology was very limited after school.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's why right after service, I went further to do my masters.
Oh, okay. So you felt like okay. So the lecturer himself told you that, and having coming from the lecturer's mouth, you felt like, then let me hurry up and change this
Yeah,
course immediately. Okay.
Papa is true. The opportunities after school is very limited.
Really, when you read sociology,
Really
I
limited.
know that for social work sometimes it can be good for you, but for sociology, I really can't tell. And especially regarding the mass of students that we produce every time, So maybe. So you came to University of Ghana, and how was it like? And you moved to finance. Why did you move? I know you had the interest in business, but earlier you said you wanted to read accounting. So what then caused finance? Because I'm sure you'd have got the opportunity as well for the masters to do anything that you want to do, and then entering Legon, and with the sociology background, did you have any impediment, or you just were there anything that you had to do or something like that?
So because I never read business or anything accounting and finance,
Mm-hmm.
before I applied for Legon, I started my professional course. I started my CA.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you already started.
Yes, during service. I wanted to
Okay.
get the basics of accounting and finance.
Oh, okay.
So I started that prior to my master's. And I chose finance because finance was
No,
almost
Juliet,
like
I'm not cutting you off, but why did the program require that at least you get a CA, or you could just go through like that? But you wanted to build yourself up. I just want you to clarify that part, please.
the program doesn't require that.
Oh, okay. So you could
Although it
have
will be
gone
stated,
through just like that.
yeah, although it will be stated that you need to have maybe a 2 year job experience
Oh, okay.
and other, but it's not really necessary. You can
Okay,
still get
okay,
admission.
okay.
Just that it's something new. I'd never done read accounting or finance or anything in that field before, so I wanted to get the basics so that I won't be lost in class.
Okay,
That
so
was the
if you
main
have
reason why.
just joined us or if you are watching us, Juliet has been talking about her journey from sociology to finance and the fact that she could have actually gone through to the finance program straight away. But she herself thought it wise to, build herself up, take up some classes during her national service. So at this point, I want us to emphasize the importance of, investing in your personal growth. She could have just actually just gone into the program and just started the course, but she chose to invest in herself. So let us all be more mindful in our choices. No matter how easy the access might look, she didn't just want to go and then just go and not know anything at all about what she's doing, but she actually just invested in herself. So I think it's something that we should all consider in our career decisions.
But Afra,
Mm-hmm.
to chip in this, do you know that I realized after service that I could have started the CA right after SHS without going to the
Really?
university? You can start CA right after high school without going to the university. It's even a
Okay.
shortcut. So I was like, so this shortcut is then I spent 4 years in the university.
No, hi Nelly, you are welcome. You know, Jess is just telling us that even with some of the professional courses, like what she did, she holds a professional. Is it CA? What's the full meaning of CA,
Chartered
please?
accountant, ICA.
Third accountant, yeah. And she's just saying that she could have even done it right after the high school level. I
Yeah.
don't know. Juliet, I've been thinking about this thing. Sometimes, it's like we don't know many things.
You don't know a lot of things.
All what we know is that you go to school, pass your BC, pass
Go
your
to the
WASI,
let's
go
say
to the
straight to the
university. With the previous thing you were talking about, the fact that you even got accounting in Central University and got sociology in KN University. Meanwhile, the accounting was what you really wanted to do, but because tech is tech,
tech is
that
tech. I wanted to
kind
go
of
to
mind.
tech.
But honestly speaking, after like in like just some years ago, I found out that even with these schools, when you attend, you can still travel abroad for your masters. You can get scholarship. It doesn't matter. And some of these schools even have when you go to school like is it this Kesban's college, you would get a certification from KNUST. So actually, I don't know what we think sometimes. It's just I don't
I
know.
think we're just not exposed or we didn't know much.
Yeah, the
Yes.
information. Please, if you just joined us, you are very welcome. You are very welcome. So, Juliet, when you began the finance, do you think that the ICA or CA thing was helpful?
It was
Did it help
helpful.
in a way?
It
Okay.
was helpful because I didn't have the basics, like I said. And I
Okay.
went, it's a master's class. You start there, you
I
get it.
understand.
Exactly. So even me starting the CA, I was still lost in class sometimes. In fact,
Really?
most times. Because the
And I can
lecturer will
only
say
imagine
something,
the business student too, or people who have that kind of
they
background and
kept
how they'll be
intimidating
contributing.
us.
Oh.
But we sailed through. We joined
Mm.
some groups to study. Yeah, we sailed through. And it was
Oh.
very helpful.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. But then I think that because it was something that you really wanted to do, the did you feel
The desire
motivated?
was there.
Yeah. So Juliet enrolled at the University of Ghana right after her bachelor's degree in sociology, and she did finance. And before then, she said she has always had an interest in anything related to business. So that's how come she landed there. That's where we are in this conversation. So Juliet, when you are Legon, were you working alongside or were you doing full-time school or something like that?
Okay, so Legon, I was a regular student, meaning
Full-time.
full time,
Okay.
meaning that I wasn't supposed to. In fact, I was supposed to focus on my books and be
Mm-hmm.
done with. But along the line, I think after first year or in my second semester, first year, second semester,
Mm-hmm.
I decided to get a job.
Okay.
A job that at least I can. It's not really that I'll support. How should I say it? I'll ask my parents for money. Something
Yeah.
like I can just support
Sometimes
myself.
I know it gets awkward sometimes, you
I
know.
was growing, so I wanted to start make a living, start getting some money for myself. So I actually had a job. I started as a tutor. Should I say a lecturer or a tutor?
Oh, okay. At where?
Prince College in
Oh,
Labon.
okay.
So
Where was
it's
the school? Was it around Legon?
no, it was in Labon. In fact, it's in Laboni,
Oh,
Accra
okay.
Cantonment, Laboni.
Okay.
So it's a UK accredited tertiary school that they do a lot of UK tertiary
Programs.
courses. Yes. So I was teaching and schooling at the same time. That was difficult. It was hard.
Yeah.
Combining classes to work hours. It was difficult. I was
Okay.
still doing it alongside. Then fast forward, I started smoking this. I'll not. I think you zoom into that, so I'll not start.
Okay.
I understand that now. But I was
Okay.
working. I started working. I think second semester, first year. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you've thought about the program itself and all of that. So you eventually graduated, and you mentioned that before you completed the bachelor's, a lecturer told you about the fact that for sociology, it might be hard to get a job. So you would have to do a master's in something
To
before you
get
can
a
get.
high paying job,
Yeah.
you get a
Okay.
job, oh, but
Not a
high.
job, but a high paying job. Very interesting. So when you're going to do the masters, what were your hopes regarding employment? Were you hopeful that after the masters you get a job, or were you hoping to meet some people in your class? Like, what were you thinking?
So for the masters,
Hmm.
yeah, everybody will hope that right after school you get a job. Okay.
Was that your hope? Like, did you have? Were you a bit? Was it just a hope, or you were quite sure that after the masters, this master I'm doing?
I was sure that after masters, now befa, you get it.
Okay.
I didn't think that after masters I would have to wait because all my life I didn't really wait. There was no break for me. Right after
Hmm.
junior high, I went to senior high. Senior high, I bought a waiting forms to the tertiary. Even my waiting forms, it was last minute waiting forms. I bought only one.
Okay.
Then after I applied for tech, someone told me that Central University is still available, and I got that one.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't really get that break. So I knew that right after the anything, masters.
Masters
I
there,
actually got
you
a
would get.
job after
Okay.
service.
Okay,
I
okay,
got a
okay.
job after
At
service,
where?
but ADB.
But why then? What? Okay, wait. So why didn't you do the job at did the masters instead? Can you
I,
please help that a bit?
my parents, that's why
Oh,
my
okay, okay,
parents,
okay, okay,
they
okay,
wanted
okay.
me to pursue my masters and even my PhD before I start working. But
Oh, really?
now
Please,
I
if those of you who don't know, Julie is a big time DB. Okay, let's continue the conversation. Julie is a DB, so let's just continue with the conversation. He's laughing. She won't admit,
it's a lie.
like
I'm not DB. I'm
all
not DB.
DBs, they never admit, so it's okay. We understand.
Oh yeah, my parents wanted me to finish my PhD even before I start working. But
Oh, okay,
I wanted to make money.
okay,
So after service, I got the opportunity to actually work with ADB. And my daddy insisted that he doesn't want me to go to the job market with sociology or first degree. He was of the view that he wants me to further more so
yeah.
that I can upgrade
But
myself
at
before
least,
I start.
and I'm also thinking that he thought about the salary as well. That at least you go
Mm-hmm.
into the job with a high paying salary, like you just talked about. Yeah, yeah.
So yes, that's how I. What were you even saying? I went to take. I went to
You
Lagos.
went to Legon. So how was it looking like when you're about to when you now entered the program? Did you really see job opportunity after? Was the future brighter? Did you see it that way that you get a job easily?
I hoped and didn't
You were
think
so hopeful.
otherwise. I hoped that right after school I'll get a job because we were supposed to graduate in July, if you
Yeah,
remember, July 2020. But because of the COVID, everything just changed. So I was
yeah.
hoping that right after July or something, with a little connection, I can get a job.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at what point did you decide that you want to start your own business? Yeah, even DBO. Juliet, so at
Yes.
what point did you then decide that at this
Um,
point I want to start my own business? Have you always had any interest in starting your own brand? Have you tried something before? I want us to talk about that. Like, when did that desire start? Because personally, I like selling. Like, anything I get, I would like to sell. But I know that not everyone likes to sell. So at what point did you get to decide?
Starting a business or running a business is something that I've always wanted to do. Okay.
Okay,
Whether full time or the side business, I've always wanted to. I didn't want to live on one salary or one stream of income. So it's something
okay,
that I've always wanted to do. I know you know this, right? During service, I started a business and it
okay.
failed. Yeah. So
What type of business were you doing? What business were you doing?
Hair. I was selling hair during service. I
Oh,
started a
so
hair
why?
brand.
People were not buying
Human
it or
hair,
what?
hair bundles.
So people were not buying it or what? What happened?
The market is very saturated. And the market is very
Okay.
saturated. And
Mm-hmm.
Afra, if we be honest to ourselves, you know that
Okay.
if I ask you, oh, I want to buy like quality hair in Ghana,
Mm-hmm.
there are some brands that will pop up
Yeah.
automatically. Good. So for a young lady like me who
You
wants
didn't have the
com-
resources.
to compete with such brands, you need a lot
Mm,
of money,
mm,
good
mm.
strategy, and proper marketing skills to even beat those. In fact, to compete, not to think of beating
To
those
to
brands.
to even start or to even think of competing with them, not competing. You know,
And even
if
if you don't
you
want to,
just joined us, Julia, please hold on. If you just joined us, you are welcome. Julia has taken us through her journey from sociology and how she entered University of Ghana by taking up a professional course. At this point, we are about to enter properly into one of the highlights of this conversation today about how to start a business. And then she's just telling us about her failed business. She said she was selling hair during service. She tried, but the market is quite saturated and the competition is very tough. So at that point, she couldn't really compete with the people. That's where we are in the conversation. If you
aside
just joined us, yeah, welcome.
aside the markets being very saturated, with hair business, it's capital intensive.
Okay.
I remember one time I took over a little over 1,000 CDs to Makola, and I came back with just some small poly bag. Like,
Oh God.
so you know that if you don't have proper capital, it'll be very difficult
Yeah.
to start a business like that. You get it?
Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true.
eventually, the market collapsed. And one thing about the hair business is, I won't advise anyone to start a hair business. If your
Okay.
prices are
Please,
very
if,
less
if
or
if you have
cheap,
any questions, please be dropping it, okay, so that she can help us answer. Why won't you? Because I also know of people that we graduated together in 2017, and that girl has been selling hair up till now. So,
oh, then maybe she has market. Maybe I didn't plan well. But with her, if your prices are very cheap, let me say less expensive,
mm-hmm.
it's believed there's no quality. I don't know. I don't know
Oh,
what brought that notion.
what do you mean by you don't know who brought that?
After
I think
if
it's a general thing. I think it's a general thing because let me interrupt you. The one time I told a friend I want to start selling African print stuff again. I used to sell it. So this friend said, "Oh," so I was like, I'm going to price it from £20 or £15. Then a friend said, no, if you price it cheaply, they will respect the product that you are. But that same product, if you price like £100, people will start respecting the brand and making it look like it's a big brand. Meanwhile, it's the same fabric and the same quality. So I'm not doubting what you're saying at all. People actually just look down on people's product because they think it's not so expensive. I just don't get it too. I don't get it. I don't
yeah,
get it. I
that's
don't know
it.
why.
The business collapsed. I
And
really
then
don't know
these hair
how.
people too occasionally have to run promos. And these big brands are also selling the Charlie. I understand. It collapsed. So what happened that we began this smoke and lace business?
Smoke and lace.
Mhm.
It's interesting. I didn't really plan on starting a business around that time. Although I had
Okay.
an interest to start a business one day, it
Okay.
wasn't really my plan. I wanted to be done with school because I started smoking lace somewhere in September 2020.
Mhm.
Okay. And I said earlier that we were supposed to graduate in July, but because of the
Then
COVID,
COVID came up.
everything
Yeah.
was suspended. Yes. So I just wanted to be done with school and leave because Charlie, you get it.
Yeah.
And then one day, I was actually brainstorming business ideas with a friend. So a friend and I were brainstorming business ideas for a mutual friend.
Okay.
Then my friend asked me if I could start a business with 1,000 cities.
Okay.
And I was like, oh yeah, I can do that. And then he posed a
The
trade.
story the story is getting very interesting here. So please, you can give us your questions, you can give us your comments and all of that. Please do let us know that you are present. Please. Thank you.
So my friend, like I said, my friend asked if I could start a business with 1,000 cedis, and I said, "Oh yes, I can." But initially, I was thinking, "Oh, with 1,000 cedis, maybe I can start just some kelewele or some Indomie joints." You get it?
Yeah.
And I was like, I can do that. I think it's possible. Everything is possible. So he threw the challenge that I should start a business with 1,000 cedis. In fact, he will give me 1,000 cedis to start a business. That was
Okay.
the agreement to Afra.
Okay.
To us. I was waiting for him to prepare my 1,000 cedis to start the business. I opened the Smoke and Lace page.
Okay.
It's Smoke and Lace because the initial idea was to sell lace. You get it?
Hmm.
Only lace. That was the initial idea. I had some lace vendors in Makola. So
Okay.
and I knew some people in Makola who were into lace. So I was like,
Okay.
okay, then I can just get pictures from them and start selling.
Okay.
It's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, it's not.
And then I remember that somewhere 2015, I went to the north and I saw people weaving the northern kente and the fugu.
Okay. Like
And
what
I
you are
remember,
wearing today. It's very beautiful.
thank you. And then I remember that at the time, the money needed for the fugu business was not so much. You get it?
Hmm.
I realized that it's actually something I can sell alongside the lace.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why I added smoke to the lace to be smoking lace.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because
Okay.
the initial idea was smoke. It was lace, sorry.
Yeah. So the
But then I
smoke was like
realized that
just an attache.
yes, so that's how I came about with the name Smoke and Lace. So with Smoke and Lace, that's how it started. I started selling, posting. In fact, I didn't even sell for the first two, let's say 1 month. I didn't sell anything. I sold nothing. I
Okay.
kept posting pictures of people. In fact, I stole pictures. Let me be honest. I stole
Okay.
pictures to post on my Instagram page.
Okay, Juliet, I want to chip something in. Please, if you've just joined us, you are welcome. Juliet is telling us about how she began the Smoke and Lace business and why it even started. It was just a conversation with a friend. Hi, Elena. So what she's saying is that if you want, I think that from her own brand, like how she built her brand, you want to start something and you're quite unsure about it, you can start by just posting the pictures as a way of testing the market and then testing people's interest. On my own part, I've discovered that plenty conversations doesn't lead to anything. You can think about an idea for 1 year. If you don't start, you would never know how it's going to be. And some of these ideas to investing in them right from the start can be very costly. So what you can do is to use Juliet's approach. Maybe if you want to start selling fabrics or shoes or bags, anything at all that you want to start selling, please, instead of you thinking about it for till eternity, probably from 31st night, you said this year I'll start my business. Today is May 21st. The year will be divided like half actually by end of June, and you can just keep on postponing till next 2 years and you will do nothing, especially if you are unsure about the feedback you'll be getting. So I think you can use Juliet's first approach. Test the market. If it's makeup you've learned that you want to tell people that you make, just start posting flyers, just start posting them into groups for people to know about it, and then they will know. Thank you so much, Julie. Someone said he's proud of you. Papa J. Thank you, Papa, for your comment. Okay, Juliet. So you started posting, and then what was the feedback? Like
So
how? Mhm.
before I started posting, in fact, before I even opened the smoke and lace business,
Mhm.
what really made me settle on this smoke especially is that I realized there was a gap.
Okay.
I realized there was an opportunity for me to really do more. In fact,
Okay.
a lot of fugu vendors were not online. Those
Okay.
online were not so known. You get it. So I
Okay.
realized that
Thank you,
it,
Elena.
it's a market I could actually do well.
Okay.
That's how I started. That's why I settled on the nothing kinte business or the small business.
O-
And for the first 1 month or 2 months, in fact, I sold nothing. I kept posting and posting and posting.
Okay.
But to my advantage, I was still in school. You get it.
Okay.
So data, I didn't worry about data or bundle or anything.
Oh,
I was
okay.
posting.
Because you were using the Legon Wi-Fi.
So I wasn't really run at a loss. I was just posting.
Just posting.
Hmm.
So at the time, was it just WhatsApp or you were posting on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter? How was it? How are you posting?
At the time,
Because someone will tell you that maybe he doesn't have or she doesn't have enough contact. I know people who be like, hey, my contact are even up to 50 or 45, and they're all my family members and they're all my friends. So even if I post, they won't ask. So you said you were posting where, please?
Afra, let me say this thing. Don't
Hmm.
start a business with your friends and family in mind.
Okay.
In fact, they will disappoint you. I know there are some friends and families that will patronize you like at the onset, like right when you start, people start patronizing you, but you can't force them to. You get it? So
Yeah.
you have to structure your business in such that you seek or you search for other customers. Don't
Okay.
focus in your inner circle. If the business, if your inner circle can patronize you, why not? But therefore we need to muscle. You get it?
Okay.
Therefore
Okay.
we need to muscle.
But Juliet, we'll come to what you are saying. But I want us to go back to the where you were posting. Was it WhatsApp or Instagram or Facebook?
It
Where were you
was
posting?
mainly Instagram and WhatsApp.
And how was the reaction from both places? The difference in terms of feedback?
Actually, some of my friends really saw the potential. I remember the first day I posted something on my WhatsApp, a colleague, as in a mate from school, Legon,
Okay.
DM them was like, I know you can do this. You get it?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And they believed in me, whilst me now I was just
You
posting
didn't even
something.
believe in yourself. But
Yeah,
at this point,
she
I
said
think
that.
that it's very important that we also emphasize the power of good friendships in
Exactly.
in all of these things. When Juliet was talking, she mentioned that it would be very unwise to start a business hoping that your friends and your family members are going to support you. And I agree 100%. Because sometimes if they are the ones who might even look down on your business, they'll be like, what's this? It's so ridiculous. And they'll not give you the energy. But someone from outside or someone you don't even know that has been watching you will just text you that, oh, I think you can do this. I even want to be your first buyer. I'll encourage all of us here today to try our best to be supportive friends. When our friends start a business, let's invest. Even if let's not borrow and then we'll not pay and we'll bring quarrels and so much drama. Let's try and encourage our friends because that same energy that you would want when you start your business, that's what you should also try and give out for. And I mean, everyone thrives well where there is support. Okay, so let's just try and be good supporters as well of our friends.
Yeah.
So I was asking about the feedbacks from Instagram because Instagram, personally, I've always been scared of selling on Instagram because I think it's a very big place. You can easily, be lost or you can easily be seen. But for you to be seen, I don't think it's a joke because you are selling smoke. What is so special about it? And then let's not forget that Juliet also mentioned the fact that she saw there was a gap. Every bride or most people were doing kente and all of that, and then even those who were selling the fugu, right, the northern kente, online were not so popular. But the kente people, I'm sure they were very popular. So she saw there was a gap. So look around you. If you're looking for any business idea, after you've got a passion, look around you and think about something additional that you can bring on. It could even be in the makeup industry. It could be in the YouTube, anything at all. Just something that you feel is missing. Something that nobody might have thought about it. Think about it. It could be hairstyling, even this wig thing that Julie said she did and she felt it didn't go so well. It could be something in that regard, but yours could be maybe simply you only sell cotton or you only sell bulb. You don't sell any other hair type. I know someone on Instagram who sells only synthetic hair. But she's also selling hair, but she never brings any Peruvian or any Mongolian. And she also has her own target group who buy from her as well. So look for that niche. If it's clothing brand, just look for that niche and then please put yourself into it. So Julius, please take us to your journey on Instagram. That's very big space and how you actually
You
entered?
see, I started the hair business and I
Mm-hmm.
failed. So before Smoke and Lace, I had this notion that you see all this Instagram business thing is hype.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing they don't get money just for likes and just for hype. So I was thinking that
So
people will
now
not
I
actually
think
make
same.
money.
So now I think same.
Afra people are really cashing out on the app
I know.
online.
I know.
Thousands and thousands of seeds. In fact, if I should say millions, people are really cashing out on the app. You just need to plan, strategize. In fact, give write down your plans, strategize, and hit the market because
So
people are
can you
really
give us
doing
some,
it.
some examples of practical strategies or some plans that we should have because we are here to learn. And then after this live,
Uh,
I'll post it online and people will also watch it. So I want people who are watching us to have some good insights from this video.
So first of all, you need to identify a gap or create a niche.
Okay.
Don't follow what everybody's doing. If it's let's say, let me just say tissue papers you want to sell online,
Okay.
do it. Find something that not everybody is doing, something that you know you can satisfy a need. You
Okay.
get it? You have to satisfy the customer. The customer must feel satisfied.
Okay.
You get it? If it's something very new, something very unique, I think that's a very good advantage because
Okay.
once people get to know of you, that oh, okay, I know of ABC page who which sells maybe tissue papers, they'll always come to you. You just
Okay.
need to register your brand in the minds of customers.
Okay.
So don't
But
say
how
people are
but
said.
how would we register our brand in the minds of customers?
That's why I said first identify your niche.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Then when you identify your niche, you need to even trust yourself you can deliver to the customer.
Okay.
Good. And then one thing about running business online is honesty, transparency. You have to be genuine.
Okay.
You should be genuine.
But
In
here's the
fact,
case: you said the clothing that you were posting, you didn't have it. So how then did you make your first sale? And
oh, that's a story. I'll come back to what I was saying. But how I made my first sale when I started smoking leaves, I was literally drop shipping.
okay,
So I don't know if you know what drop shipping is. Drop
yeah,
shipping is
okay.
basically
So for someone who doesn't know what dropshipping is, can you please highlight it a bit?
is basically buying from the manufacturer or wholesaler
Mm-hmm.
and selling it to the final consumer or the customer without you really seeing the fabric or the product.
Okay,
It could be that you never ever see the product or how it was even packaged.
yeah,
So with my luckily it came as a bulk, as in it was a customer who bought three fabrics at a
wow.
go.
From
After
Instagram,
yes, from Instagram.
were you
After
happy?
posting for like I was very happy after posting for like 2 months. After after posting for like 2 months, my first order I didn't really know, to be honest, I didn't really know everyone in the north who could help me.
Okay,
And I had to satisfy the customer. So I contacted one vendor online,
okay.
mhm, bought from her. I was thinking maybe she'd give me a discount so that I can get like 20 CDs for myself. Sis didn't. She didn't give me the discount. So I bought from her when it was ready. It was actually a pre-order. The customer understood it. I bought from her when it was ready.
But
I
I'm sure
gave
you
her
were happy that you had got a product, though sales didn't subsidize. But I'm sure you're happy they had got a product.
because I wasn't spending a lot in marketing or posting. I just wanted to build a brand. I wanted to get the social presence. You get it? Not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily the money because I knew money would come after, but I was really intentional in building the brand and getting the social
But
presence.
like, how do you build a social presence? Do I
That's
just
what I'm
post
saying
every
that.
day? Do I talk to people? Do I watch like? Can you please give us some practical examples?
So building social presence, I'll say post often.
Okay,
Get it? Try and get maybe a WhatsApp number or telephone number. Try and put it there. Post often. If you
okay,
have money to run ads, do it because
okay,
that's the only way. Right now, Instagram is very expensive.
Yeah.
And Instagram knows that a lot of people are running businesses and cashing out from the app. So if you don't really advertise your product, you don't reach a lot of customers. You get
Oh,
it?
really?
Mm-hmm. If you're a business page and you don't often run ads, your reach is not so much.
Imagine that
Most
ads are expensive, and for someone who is starting a business, maybe the person only has like, now Ghana is hard, like only 1,500 or 2,000 to start that business. So the
Afrakoma,
person
when
now
I
has to get the capital and then in like invest and get the items and then I don't know.
started, I didn't run ads. I wasn't running ads. I was just posting. I'll In fact, when I come to your page, I'll like all your pictures just for you to know that
Really? Please
just for you
listen,
to know
no,
that
be liking people's pictures.
that was one way I was getting known. You
I
get
get it.
it? So if
I,
I follow, let's say, 100 people at a go, maybe 10 will follow me back.
oh,
And those who
really?
follow me back, yes, those who follow me back, I try to like your picture so that my name at least will register somewhere in your subconscious mind.
Mm, I get it.
You get it? And then I remember my first ad, I took a friend's ATM, keyed my thing, and used. I didn't have money then, so I borrowed. I used somebody's ATM details for credit card for that. You get
Mm-hmm.
it? So that was how, just do everything possible, everything rationally possible to build a social presence. I won't advise you to buy followers.
Okay.
They don't last. Don't buy followers. So and any rush,
Mm-hmm.
any rush. Take your time. Try and get customers by bit.
So
Build
means it
it.
took you 2 months to get your first buyer, according to the story you're saying. And then from that point, how was it going?
After the
Did it
2 months,
continue or there was like a break?
there was a break.
You
After
see?
my first buyer, it took me quite some time. It was, I think, around Christmas or New Year, and I got my
Mm-hmm.
next buyer. But one thing is, I was new to the market. I didn't know much about nothing kinty. So I bought my first fabric from, like I said, from a co-vendor.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next time, the following order that came, I tried to get another vendor to buy from to compare prices.
Okay.
I think the second vendor's prices were good. I had like some coins be on it.
Okay.
Good. Then my third order. So let's say the first month or first I won't say 1 year, first 8 months, I was literally drop shipping.
Okay.
There are days that I never saw the order, I never saw the fabric. The only thing is I just see I let the vendors take pictures for me as in packaging. I try to disguise myself. So when I buy from you, I'll be like, oh, how are you going to package it? Be like, we put it in our brand, our label or something. I'll be, oh no, don't. I'm gifting to someone, so don't
Oh,
put it.
so you were not using your main work and lace brand to be chatting with them.
No,
Okay.
no, 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 no. So
So
don't
I
put
think that at
it.
this point, it's also important that we also chip in this, that you can learn from your competitors. You should have ways and means of checking up on their prices. So you can also have know how you are pricing your items. You should have ways and means of checking on their packaging. You can visit their Instagram pages, their just check on something. Try your best to know the
It's an
terrain.
industry. You should have like a fair idea of what's happening. You get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, for the first 6 8 months, I was just drop shipping.
But were you sad
Then
sometimes?
then I
Were you
got.
sad?
Well, I wasn't Afra. I wasn't sad because I just wanted to build the brand. I wanted to be known for the brand. With
Okay.
time, I'll gather money. That was the plan. With time, I'll gather money to buy my first stock, buy my first fabrics. Get it?
Okay.
And at the time that I was drop shipping, I was still scouting for weavers. I was building my team gradually. You get
Okay.
it? Scouting for weavers all over. So I was building my team gradually. So that's why I wasn't so much into worrying or something.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's it.
you were still so from what you are saying, if someone is coming to start a business or having an entrepreneurial mind, you would advise that the person should at least concentrate on building the brand for 6 months or more
If
before, because I think most of us start with the money. I think that's what causes the frustration. I like
Yes.
that when I asked you that were you sad occasionally, you said no. That's weird because sometimes when you are starting something, you put in all your energy and then it's not really coming like you expected. I'm sure most of us will be sad. But then again,
Maybe.
your reason for not being sad too is understandable. Because for you, you're not really about the buying and the money right now. You were about the brand, like being present and gathering people, so that eventually when you get the customers, you can sell to them with the stock you will get, right? Mm.
And maybe I wasn't so worried because I had a side business. I was teaching at the time,
Okay.
so I had something to live on.
So you were not so hungry, like you were not
Yes.
okay under much pressure.
I had something to live on, so I wasn't really worried whether I was making interest or making profit.
Okay.
But I was
But
still being
I think
worried.
that's also good for us to chip in the fact that sometimes we have a job that is even bad, like a bad job in code that's giving like minimum wage, and you have your side business. If it hadn't yet picked up, please don't stop and then go and sit at home waiting that the business will grow because sometimes it can take time before it grows, right? So just manage whatever you are doing, and then do this alongside until it picks up. Is that what you are saying, Juliet?
Yeah, yeah. If
Okay.
you have something to live on, just sustain. Let it sustain you for the time being for a while before you stop. Just don't stop because you have so much confidence in the business that it will boom.
Mm.
Businesses are very, but starting a business is risk. I always say it. What's the assurance someone will buy? You get it. It's a very big risk, and I applaud every entrepreneur, anyone doing anything. In fact, any easy. What's the assurance when you buy people buy your stock or people buy your fabrics?
Mm.
So starting a business is a very big risk, and I applaud everyone, every entrepreneur here.
Okay. So at what point did you see that it's picking? Like you are gathering the social presence. At what point did you realize it?
So let me say this even before I come to that.
Okay.
Right after school, I told you I was very confident, say at the fact after school, right?
You get a job.
I'll
Yeah,
get
yeah,
a
yeah.
job. So although I had the side business, I didn't want to live on one stream of income. So with smoke and lace, I knew I'll still be doing smoke and lace, but I wanted a job.
Mm-hmm.
Get it? I wanted something that would pay me what I'm worth because after 2 degrees,
And you have a master's degree,
um,
yeah, in finance,
two
and you also have
degrees,
like
and
professional,
my in fact after school I had two professional courses.
yeah,
Let me say one and a half. I had CA. I have half. I had half CA and then the Ghana stuff too. So I
yeah.
felt like Monsieur idea. I need to start working. That was when the crisis started.
Mm. But what would you define as crisis?
Being frustrated, being confused. You don't know what you are doing. I felt. I'll use myself an example. I felt very redundant, useless.
Sorry, sorry. No, no, it's a normal feeling, Juliet. Sorry.
Abra, it wasn't
I,
easy. It
I
wasn't easy. I'm being honest. It wasn't easy. I stayed home for a little over a year, and it wasn't easy.
after the master's degree.
I started getting frustrated right from July because my plan no, was distorted by COVID. You
Oh,
get it?
I.
So after school, I think COVID came somewhere in February. So from February to December, we were just home. We went back to write our final exam and graduate, but we were literally home from February to December. And then the whole of 2021, I
Mm-hmm.
stayed home. I was home the whole of 2021. It
Without
was
a
somewhere
job.
without a job. So you should understand
I know,
what
I
I was
know,
going through.
I know.
Uh, I
And
used to
at that
stand up,
time,
wake up
how was the smoke and lace going to?
because I wasn't in the right state of mind. I wasn't really, in fact, I wasn't motivated to even continue smoking leaves
Oh,
because I felt like, how am I not getting a job? What's happening? What's all the promises and the assurance I got? So I wasn't focused on the business. I stopped smoking leaves. I stopped posting for like 3 months.
really?
Mm-hmm. I was really traumatized. I stopped. I stopped. I didn't believe in the brand. You see, because Smoke and Lace came as a day, and I say a challenge. You know, I just focused on starting it so that I could win the challenge.
I get it.
So my
So
turning
you're
point
not
actually,
in the prospect.
that's it. Before my turning point, I didn't really see the prospect. I just thought I was doing business as usual. I was just trying to make some coins online.
Yeah.
My turning point actually was when, okay, so when I stopped at the time, I think I got some weavers. I got some
Okay.
weavers to start working with. So there is this weaver who called me. She was like, "Hey, Juliet, what's up? You haven't been calling. You haven't been ordering from us again. Is it that you stopped working with us or you stopped the
Yeah.
business?" And I was like, "Eh." I thought she was focused on her money, so I felt like,
Yeah.
"Oh, don't worry. I'll get back to you. I'll call you." Then a customer called. Actually,
Okay.
two customers called me. The first customer was like, "I tried searching for your page. I want to get some fabrics, but I tried searching for your page and I can't find you. I can't find your post. It
Oh.
seems you've been shadow banded." And I was like, I was like, okay, okay, we attend to it. All right, thank you. I wasn't, I wasn't concerned. You get it.
I get it.
I wanted something. My expectations were very high. I wanted something different. The end man on that, I wasn't
Yeah.
myself. Bruh. I
Because
was
you're
different.
not getting a job like office job, white collar job like we call.
My expectations were very high. I
Mm.
went through it. I was on fat. I became very, very fat. I was
Yeah.
just eating, sleeping,
Oh.
eating, sleeping, thinking. I was really depressed. Then my turning point actually, a customer called and she was like, "Hello, smoking lace. I want to buy." She was like, "Are you still in business? Because
Selling.
you haven't been active online." And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "I want to order a fabric for my big day, but I want something unique. I want something different. But I don't really know what I want, but I know you can help me get something different,
Okay.
something unique." After the call, I reflected on what she said and I realized I was actually making an impact. That was
Though
my
you don't
turning point.
see it, but you are.
That was my turning point. That was when I realized that I'm actually
You
doing
have.
something.
Mm.
I'm actually doing something because for her to call me to tell me that I don't know what I really want, but I know you can help me get something for my big day. And then I zoomed into business again,
Mm.
started trying to distract myself with smoking days. Oh, it went well. It started
No.
booming. I used to leave my business. There's something. I I came to Winneba. So after school, I left Accra to Winneba.
Mm-hmm.
I've never stayed in Accra for over a year before. Right after school, I didn't stay in Accra. I left to Winneba. So I was in Winneba, and my customers, most of my customers were in Accra.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to come to Accra like 3 times a week or twice a week to package and then deliver for deliveries. That's how the business started booming, booming, just gradually, gradually. And then my weavers. I told you that I was building my team. So when it got
Yeah.
to the time, I had a proper weavers now. I wasn't doing any middleman or any
Now you're
dropshipping.
your own.
I had weavers. I had people I was working with.
Good.
I decided to invest money into this business, and my weaver
Mm-hmm.
decided to flop, mess up.
Why?
She messed up big time.
Why she
After
didn't do the print or what?
she did opposite whatever I asked her to do,
Wow.
totally opposite. She got the design wrong, the colors were wrong, everything was wrong. In fact,
Oh,
I was discouraged. I was really discouraged. That was, I think, somewhere in 2020,
22 or 21.
2022. Sorry. So let's say I started gaining back markets, working
Just
somewhere in
when things were getting
2021.
better,
Just
then
when
this
things started
happened.
getting better,
Yeah.
my river messed up.
Hmm.
She messed up big time. And I stopped again. It was hard. It was hard. You see, sometimes when you run a business, there are days that you cry, there are days that you're proud of yourself, There are days that you'll be disappointed. And for when I say cry, you cry. If you haven't cried yet, it means that
You're not in the
you
business.
won't yet. You will cry. I
Yeah.
cried. I remember I cried. I stopped posting. In fact, I was done with it. And the reason why I was done with this is 2022. I started working with my first, my
Oh,
first
now you
bank.
had found a job.
I found a job.
So you were
So
easily giving up on your baby girl.
I found a job. So yes, although I had vision, like let's say, although I saw prospects in smoking days, I had a job. So when my river messed up, I felt like I have something to rely on. You get
Yeah.
it. Then I stopped posting. And then, like you said earlier, we need to have good, in fact, your association is very important. Good
Yeah.
friends. A friend called that. So I had a conversation with a friend. I told him that I've stopped. Okay, let's F Fabio. In fact, I'm done. Viewers are
So
giving
this
me
one thing now
headaches.
you stopped. You
Just
don't.
when people started noticing me, Wafra, just when
Yeah.
people started noticing me, I decided to stop because my team were messing up. And one thing about smoking laces, most people don't know this. My weavers are in the north and in Volta.
Okay. Okay.
I have quite a number of weavers.
Okay.
They are in the north and Volta. And I'm somewhere at the time I was somewhere around the, let's say, Takrady. I was in Takrady at the time. Majority of my customers still are based in Accra. So
Okay.
everything was online. And still everything is online, 100% online. So it was hard coordinating weavers to customers, dispatch.
Your
It was
new
a lot
job
of
as
work.
well.
And I was working with the bank too. I
Yeah.
didn't have time to coordinate all this. I had to sit down to, in fact, before I start my day, I have to structure deliveries, design new fabrics. It was a lot of work.
Hmm.
So when the weaver messed up, I felt like, you know what,
Let's just end this
let's
relationship.
just end this. Then then my sweetheart, my good friend, called me and told me that, you know what, no, 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 you can't stop this.
You've
You
come too
can't
far.
stop this. You've come too far. You've built a brand. You need to sustain it. You have to maintain.
Yeah.
Else someone overtake the market.
Yeah.
Then I zoomed back. And since then, I'm psyched up. I'm not going back.
Now we
There's
are
no going
going.
back.
Like now we are just moving anyhow.
We
Top,
are
top, top, top.
exploring.
So please, if you are watching us and you've not yet followed Smoke and Lace on Instagram or on Facebook, please try and follow us right after this live session. It's a Smoke and Lace, and this is currently in the whole of Ghana one of the leading retailers in smoke business. Is this my madam sitting right here? So please try and follow her business. Let's just support her. Let's buy from her. Let's tell a friend to tell a friend that she's doing well. She's doing an amazing work, and we are all very proud of her. But Julia, thank you so much. Like the tidbits that you've given to us, this is something that we would have to pay for. In all honesty, these business tidbits that you've given to us, we'd have to pay for because social media, gaining social presence, following people, liking their pictures, posting every day, how to coordinate your people, even when you are not in the central parts of the country. It doesn't matter your location. She's not in Accra. She's not in Kumasi. She's in Winneba. Like Winneba is between Accra and Cape Coast, sort of. If you know that road, that stretch, and she still kept that far. And when she got a job, she got her first job in Takrady, and she was away from her clientele and her producers. Yet she still kept on. And Juliet told us that occasionally she cried, especially when she wasn't getting a job, and this working instinct was not really picking up. And at a point when it picked up, she even invested. And then her weavers also met some of the weavers messed her up. But today, by the grace of God, she's doing an amazing job. Like I said in the write up I did for the post, I said that the story that she shares to us every day is one that shows that perseverance indeed conquers everything. As long as we persevere, as long as we keep the fire burning, as long as we feel the heat and then keep on going, trust me, every venture that we tell ourselves that we will do, we will all testify as long as we don't give up and we persevere. It's hard. She cried.
It's
She did
hard.
everything that
It's hard. It's hard.
we would all do. And even today, she still struggles. If we had more time, she should have told us about it. You see her growth, like you think everything is fine, but she still has her own challenges. And thankfully, Juliet has some employees as well. She's a madam, oh, Charlie. Don't play with her. And Juliet, thank you so much for making
Yeah.
time to create time out of your busy schedule to sit with us and all of that. I wish we could talk about combining the banking with the smoke and late. Can you? But now our time, we are already an hour away. As time goes on, we would bring you up. This session has been very, very informative, and well, we've learned so much,
After,
like
I want
all
to
the
ask something.
sessions. Okay,
I know maybe I had a plan. I started well. I built presence and everything. But you see, nothing just happens, Afra.
okay,
For someone to be, let's say, in the UK or even in Accra,
mhm,
and decide to send you thousands of CDs because the person wants to buy a fabric from you,
mhm,
and it's easy, sir. You get it.
okay,
It's not because you are known online or you have a social presence or you are honest that the person will buy from you. I always say life is more spiritual. It's more
okay,
spiritual than you can think of. You get it.
okay.
So if right now smoking list is a little known, although I think we still have
We
more
have
work
more
to
to
be done.
go. We have plenty to go.
It's just by the grace of God. It
Yeah.
took a supernatural strength to put me here, to bring me this far.
Okay.
There are days that I intentionally pray into the business
Okay.
because I have customers abroad. They've never seen me before. Not to talk of sometimes they don't even call you, they just test you. And they are
Okay.
sending you thousands of CDs just because they want to buy a fabric from you. You are not the only vendor online. Neither
Okay.
are you the only person rendering good services online. You get
Okay.
it? So, although you are planning, you are strategizing, you are doing everything possible to make your business boom or to be in business, whether online or maybe you have an outlet or something, don't forget the supernatural.
Okay. Okay.
Because this being called human don't act. We just don't act. For someone to say that I want to buy from smoking this, you have to claim it in the realm of the spirit. That's what I
Hmm.
believe in.
Mama, preach.
No, that's what I believe in. So you have to pray into your business. Same way you pray into your career, your marriage, your childbirth. Be intentional about everything you do.
Okay.
So with all your plans and everything, garnish it with prayer and you sleep
Okay.
well.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Juliet has added the last but the most important point in all of the things that she's told us. She's told us that beyond everything, we shouldn't forget God, the God factor that would help us. I'm so thankful to all of you who have stayed up with us in the past 1 hour just to listen to us. I really enjoyed today's session. And thankfully, today, there were no breaks. Today, there were no breaks. We had strong Wi Fi. So I'm happy that you were all able to join us. And then I think next June, God willing, we will bring someone else to talk to us about something else. So until then, we'll meet again next month on our live session. But please don't forget to share this video with your friends when it finally gets saved on my channel. And also please don't forget to share my channel with your friends like you always do. I'm so happy and grateful to each other. Bye bye. Have a lovely week ahead. Bye bye. Thank you, Juliet.
Bye.
Bye.